Ready. Hello, everybody. Shalom and peace of the Lord to all of you. As you see today, we will not talk about Muhammad. We spanked him today for many hours. So we have to give him some break so he can build some of his skin. The poor guy, he gets spanked every day. So we better give this person some mercy. It's not fair to target the same person every day. So today we are going to have an open mic in Discord for whoever want to join us to share with us something, or if you have a question, something about life, about anything, but not about Islam. And it's not, like, don't ask me questions about the Bible. This is not the topic, even though we might answer you based on the Bible, but we want to have it like friends sitting together and somebody have something want to say to us, maybe an issue, maybe a problem, maybe a question he like to hear an advice. Yeah, Jeek, go
Yeah,
ahead.
what's up, man? Can you hear me?
I hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Hey, Alhamdulillah, Yeshua.
All right. What is?
Nah, but you said what?
Sorry.
Nah, I was saying, nah, all right, so yeah, I just got a suggestion. I mean, it's not like stepping on toes, but like, so I noticed with like God Logic and like David Wood, they don't speak Arabic. So if you was to like join their
My friend,
their like
did, did,
lives.
did, you, did you hear me what I said today? I said we will not talk about Islam. We are not going to mention this topic. So if you want to join us, we are here to like. If somebody have need an advice, if somebody want to share something with us, we are not going to talk about Islam at all. So
Oh, at all. All right. No,
yeah,
I
yeah,
ain't, I ain't hearing it. My
we
fault. My
want to take
fault.
we want to take a break from the garbage of Muhammad, if you don't mind.
All right. Yeah. All right. That's cool.
All right.
Well,
Well, thank you very much.
are you up?
All right. And about other people do not know Arabic, well, they do their best. I support any Christian who fight this garbage cult. Everyone he do as he could. All right. All right. UG Christian Prince. What does that mean? Go ahead.
Hello, Christopher.
Hello.
Yeah, nah, just copycat your name
All
because
right.
you're one of my favorite apologists still.
Okay.
Yeah, but nah, yeah. I just got like a lot of motivation because of what you do. So, obviously, I'm Ugandan, so I'd want to also, obviously, I'm planning to as well. So to be able to share, especially your type of technique to share the gospel to Muslims in my country.
All right. Well, this is what we do.
Yeah.
What we do every day. You can learn. And
Mm.
I'm happy that in Uganda right now there's a Christian Prince. That's good. I hope
Uh,
soon we will have many, and we will
hopefully,
be
hopefully.
a kingdom of warriors. Thank you, brother.
Yeah, and another question as well. Just not really a question, it's more so a suggestion,
All right.
but it's to do with family for a bit.
Okay.
Um, would you say, what's your view when it comes to uh, so like, how do I say this? So like, obviously, you know how we have families like uncles, aunties, and all that stuff,
All right.
right? So obviously, I understand everyone's family is not perfect, but obviously for me, I've had a very bad family on both sides of my family. Both like on my mom's side, on my dad's side, right? And obviously, I guess I'm answering myself, but what's your opinion when it comes to that? Like, how would you deal with that in your life going forward?
All right. Well, you can step
Yeah.
down, and I will answer you. Thank you for the question.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Uh, please, admin, don't invite anyone until we finish his question, and then we can take second person. Family people they have a wrong understanding of what family is. Family usually we have a traditional uh, you know understanding of family, like father, mother, brother, sisters. In fact, those are not really your family. The most important family you have is people who support you even though they don't have to. The traditional family, they support you because it's a tradition to support, not necessarily because they love to support you. So because he is my brother, it's a shame if I don't support. It's a shame. So they will shame me. So my tradition is the one control what is my family and what is not my family. But so you might have a brother, he support you because he is afraid of being shamed, not necessarily because he consider you really a brother and he love you. And there is maybe a brother who love you and he support you not because of a shame, but because he's really a real brother. So that real brother is the important one. Not necessarily he is from your family. He can be even a stranger. So we can have a family, and we can have a brothers, and we can have sisters, and we can have mothers, have nothing to do with my birthplace. People who they are loving to me, supporting me, helping me when I need them, they are there for me. So I advise you, like in your case, because already you said your side, both sides of the family, they have some issues and you don't like them. Well, who said you have to? You can always find your own family, a friend who is trustworthy, a sister, she is not your sister from your mother, but she is your sister in Christ, who is good woman, a good friend. So we can have our family. We can build a family even from nothing. When they came to the Messiah and they said to him, your mother and your brothers is waiting for you, looking for you. He said, who is my mother? Who is my brother? You are my brother and sister. So this is Jesus. This is the Messiah, and he is our best example. So your best example is the brother and the sisters is the one who love you, the one who believe in you, and you believe in them. When I say believe in you, it doesn't mean you are a prophet or God. They believe in you, that they trust you. They believe you are good to them, and you believe in them, that you can trust them and they can be your friends and they can be there when you need them. So I advise you not to stuck with this family thing. We Middle Eastern, we have in the appearance, we have a very strong structure of a family. But if you go deep, you will see how the family structures is broken massively. Gossip between the families, hate, fight over money. If the father he died, all the kids who they are brothers and sisters, yesterday they were in love, tomorrow they are fighting over pennies, just because their father he died and now they are fighting over the inheritance. So a true family is not necessarily someone who is born of your blood, but it is someone who you can trust, they love you, you love them, and you can have them as a family for a lifetime. And I'm sure you can find many like that. All right. I hope I answered you.
Yeah, no, it's a great answer, Mr. Prince. And obviously, maybe even some things require some solutions, of course, because sometimes there's not a lot. Some people might not understand, but like there's a situation which I'll share a bit, not all the whole details, but like
I will tell you a story. I decided to move from place to place. All right. And I called the first cousin if he can come and help me. Oh, he is busy, the second cousin. Oh, no, the third cousin. Oh, no, 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 nobody. That's it. The whole world became busy. There's a guy. He's not from my family. He have nothing to do with me. He is a foreigner for me. He's a Christian. He offered me to come and help. He carry with me all the furniture. He drive his truck with me for 3 days. 3 days. For free. He carry my furniture. He drive his truck, his trailer, for 3 days, and he don't have to. So who is the one really is my family? Those cousins who I call them when I need them, and they give me all the excuse they are not there, which is obviously false excuse. Or the foreigner, the stranger, who I do not know much about him, but he decided to help me. I say to you that he is more close to me than my cousins. In fact, I don't talk to them no more because I tested them. It turned to be that they are bad people, and they, you know, when they need me, I always go there for them. I never said no. I never said busy. When I needed them, they never show up. So which one is my cousin? The one who is not from my family, not from my blood, not even from my ethnic group. He have nothing to do with me, except he is a Christian guy. He decided to help. 3 days, 3 days, and he drove back. He have to go home. He drove another 3 days. So here you see, always you can find there's good people, there's good equality, and those are the ones, they can be your family, not necessarily someone is born from your blood. All right?
Yeah, yeah, I hear you. To be fair, I do have a friend that's like that, but obviously, yeah, sometimes it's hard to have these conversations, especially when you've grown up with the traditional mindset that your cousin, you should go to your cousin first, you know?
Yeah.
So it's a very cool, it's a very beautiful story what you just shared, because it's not even just me going through it, but even I know someone where, of course, like, okay, not even someone, but even me myself, where you have this person and they're like, you're my cousin, you should always do this for me, but then they don't even return the favor, and they just use the name cousin and auntie just to manipulate you and use you, you know, and it's very
Yeah,
heartbreaking.
they will know you when you need. Then you need, if you get rich, everybody is your cousin. If you are poor, nobody know you. You know. If you are
Mhm.
rich, if you are famous, everybody want to take pictures with you. Everybody welcome you. They put you the chair in the middle, and you are, you are the honorable person. But if you are poor, even the brother will not even know. You will say, "Who is this guy?" You know. So this is not all. Don't make that affect you. Life, God, He gave us a lot of brothers and sisters. All what we need to do is just find them and be trustworthy, because in order to earn the love of others, then you should be a person who deserve it. So you earn their trust, you earn their love, and you will have a new family. All right?
Yeah, 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 I agree. I agree.
Yeah. All right. We will take the second question. I think Starlight was here.
Hello. How are you?
I'm fine.
Sorry. That's amazing. So I have like 4 questions, if that's okay.
4?
Yeah, just maybe.
So guys, the Starlight, she will take the whole night. All right.
I'm sorry.
Give me the first one.
Okay, have you read the
Hold
entire
on.
Bible?
Before you ask me, no questions about makeup.
Oh no, of
I have
course
no
not.
expertise in those things. Okay, go ahead.
Have you read the entire Bible yet?
I did read the entire Bible, but still I'm not done reading. And what I mean, the Bible is not a book you read and you finished. For each time you read, based on your spiritual, let us say, situation, or let us say state, you see something you did not see before. So it doesn't matter really how many times you read the Bible, still you did not read it yet. For every time you read, you'll find something new. And plus to that, if you study more, if you go and check history and learn language, or if you want to go deep, you will find more stuff every day. So reading the Bible doesn't mean you know it. Reading the Bible, it's mean you are in the process of understanding or getting close to God. Go ahead.
Right. How many times, do you read the Bible in a week, per se?
Because of what I do, I am here to refute people, right?
Right.
So I have no choice to read or not to read. However, long before I start refuting people, I always read the Bible, but I cannot say like I used to read maybe every day, or I was studying other books in the same time. So reading the Bible is I do it for two reasons: either to check out what somebody accusing the Bible for, so I can refute him or confirm what he's saying, or for my personal use. However, either way I do it, at the end of the day, is give me my personal knowledge, increase my personal knowledge. Like when a Muslim he make an accusation, he made me go and study those verses more deeper, and that helped me at the end, not only to refute the lies, but to understand my book better. So the attack on the Bible does not really does not hurt me. In fact, it is strengthening, and it gives me another reason to read the Bible.
Right. Other than these people who come to you and give you these claims about the Bible, how did you get your motivation initially to read the Bible?
How I take my motivation for what?
To read the Bible. Like, how were you motivated to sit down and, for example, read Mark or Luke or
Well,
John?
as I said, I read. My mother, she knew the Bible by heart, so I cannot say I am the same. I don't have a memory like her, and I am not capable to remember every verse word by word as she do. So, but I enjoy since I was a kid how she explain the Bible to me. Like people, they come to visit us. Muslims, they come to visit us. She take every opportunity to explain the Bible to them. I remember there was a very friend of my dad. He is a Muslim. He come with his wife. So because we are Christians, the wife she sit with us, and each time he come, my mom she bring the coffee and the Bible right away. No break, no break, no talk about stupid stuff, right away. And the guy really he enjoyed, him and his wife. And my dad he listened, he like he support what she say, but he himself he enjoy how his wife she is trying to bring people to Christ, and how she explained to them the Bible, and how the guy first time he come he hold the Bible, second time he hold it, third time, fourth time he start kissing it each time. My mom she hand the Bible to him to read. So
Wow.
I learned that the Bible is a very powerful. Not only it's a book about God, but it's a book make a bridge between us and God. So the motivation is if you feel good with doing something, why you will not do it? If this book is giving me confidence, give me not only the promise of salvation, but better understanding of life, better understanding of myself. And even when I do sin or commit sin, I find refuge in the Bible, because all of us, we are weak. So the Bible is like, a place of refuge where when we feel we need help, we are lost, or we are uh, out of the line, we go back to where we can get our strength. So all of us, we have let us say, a medicine cabinet for the case of emergency. So you have bandage, you have, uh, you know, alcohol for injury, to clean your wounds. So the Bible is the same as that. For we, through life, we have a lot of scars, and those scars sometimes they can be deep, they can be shallow, they can be light, and sometimes they can be deadly. So with all those scars, how we can survive life, how we can keep going. Life is not easy. There's a lot of up and down, and there's a lot of pain. With the Bible, you can manage and you can survive, and you can go always stand and be stronger. So this is why I say it's not about motivation, but it's about I love to, not I have to. I love to be reading the book, for it make me knowing better, more confident, more strong, spiritually comfortable, and spiritually, I have assurance of who I am and what I stand for. a person who don't have, let us say, a support. Like if you are an atheist, you don't have a support. The support is only your mindset, and your mind can get tired, can get you can have depression. Life is up and down. So then your mind will be unstable because you depend on everything in yourself. But when you have a spiritual support, which is the Bible does, you will always have extra strength, can be massive strong to support you and lift you up and change the way you think of life. So what can be negative as an evidence, let's say something happened to you and it is negative. If you are a believer, with the help of the Bible, the negative can make you feel better and go stronger. Otherwise, the negative can break you. So if I see that Christ, he was crucified, and I see that somebody crucified me, somebody speak about me, somebody gossip about me, somebody lie about me. So, well, if the Messiah himself, they crucified him, why I will complain? They crucified you because you are good or because you are bad. So if the Lord himself, they insulted him, they attacked him physically, verbally, in every way. So why I will be complaining and why I will feel weak? If I believe in the Messiah who overcome death, overcome pain, overcome everything bad, and the disciple of Jesus who they went through a lot of things. So why I cannot be like them? So the Bible gives you strength because the stories there is real stories, and they are very powerful to give you the motive to keep going and to be strong no matter what happened in your life.
Right. Thank you for that answer, Christian Prince.
This is the second one?
Yeah, this was the second question.
Okay. What is the third one?
So, the first one was, have you read the entire Bible?
Yeah, I know, but and the second one, the motive, right? What is the third
Yeah.
one now? Okay.
The third one is, how do you deal with, well, how do you handle disagreements or frustrations? And what would be your suggestion for people
disagreement
to
with who?
detox?
With who disagreement?
Like, with just anybody, whether it's like you're just in an argument arguing about like what you want to wear, or like, you know,
Yeah.
like it could be anything. You, like brothers, sisters, your friends.
You see, I deal with disagreement every day, and you know that, right? And I'm here actually with people who disagree with me, not with people who agree with me, because usually I don't talk with people who agree with me. Like 99%, I speak to people who totally disagree. So those are not frustrating. In fact, they are very good, you know, because you will not know your ability unless you find difficulty. So if I go, like if you, let us say you want to swim, and always you swim in a pool, have a calm water, there's no waves. Swimming is so easy because there's no resistance. But a person who swim, he trained himself how to swim against the current. This person, he can face a strong current. He would have a better strength, better muscles, better physical ability, and that will help him better to do, you know, like to survive life and to have skills in how to refute, how to answer. Disagreement not necessarily is wrong or bad. However, if a person he disagree just because he is stupid, there's no point to discuss with someone. There's no point to reach with them anywhere. So stupidity, there's nothing to, you cannot accomplish anything. The person is stupid, that's it. He's stubborn, he don't want to listen, and regardless who is wrong. But if the person is so foolish, then the frustration here will be big for sure. The only way to avoid it is to not to talk to this person. Keep a distance, because there is no point of this discussion.
Right.
All right.
So, okay, say for example, like I'm in a discussion with like an atheist, right?
Okay.
And say they blaspheme towards me. Like, how should I respond? Should I be like, God
Well,
bless you, and I don't want to talk to you anymore? Or should I be like
for me,
insulting?
I don't do the God bless you thing, even though the Bible taught us to be, taught us to be polite. However, the Bible says too, don't throw your jewels under the feet of the swine. So if somebody decide to be a swine, I will treat him like one. I will not say God bless you. I will hurt his feeling by saying to him the reality about who he is. Like, the atheists usually, they speak to me, they want to convince me that they are monkeys. I agree, you are an animal. So why I want to talk to an animal? Somebody who want to convince me that he is an animal. So why in the world even I'm going to waste my time speaking to someone he think he's an animal? So I will hurt his feeling in order maybe he can see how stupid he is when he come with that idea that he is just an animal. And I will not be so nice and so kind because those people will not. You see, it's like somebody taking drugs. If you say to him, it's okay, don't worry, God bless you, well, how he will stop taking drugs? You should shout at him. You should show him that he is being stupid. Not, you don't say God bless you. What God bless you? God don't bless wicked people. God
Right.
does not bless, like when somebody, like when the Bible says, speaking about those who hurt you, etc., pray for them, right? So we pray for them to see the truth. However, we have a duty to show them the truth. And to show the truth is not about being kind, but it's about being, let us say, realistic and try to hit the nerve where it hurt more. And every one of us, every human being, he have a place where if you speak about something, it hurt his nerve. So what the atheist nerve is, is to show him that he is a stupid and he think he knew science, but he don't. So if you are not well versed in the topic which he's trying to speak about, then you better not to go and discussion with him, for the topic will go nowhere. But if you are a person who, let us say, you have a PhD in geology, biology, etc., and this is the only way for us to prove them wrong, then you can use your knowledge to refute them. So you have to study and understand the logic of the person who is being illogical, use their logic against them, the same as I do with the Muslims.
Right. So
An atheist, I ask him like, so what do you believe in marriage? He will say yes. Okay, the word marriage is not atheist idea. The word marriage is a religious idea. How you say to me you are an animal, then you say to me you believe in marriage. Atheist, if he say he's an animal, well, animals, they have no wife, they have no husband. Animals, they are animals. The male, he go for any female. The strong male, he fight with the other strong female, and the winner, he take the female. This is what animals do. So those ideas of families and children and son and daughter, where do you get them from? In order to have such a value in the family, or to have a family, the word family, you cannot accept yourself to be an atheist, for atheists should not have such a thing, for they are people who believe that they are part of the animal kingdom. And everyone, you are going against science now, because how you say to me you are part of the animal kingdoms, but you believe in something none of the animals belong to. So either you are like all the animals and you act like one, or you are not, and then we go back and we say you are a human, created by God as a human, because you are acting based on the human value, which is coming from belief in God and marriage and family.
right. So what if me insulting them back or saying something back to them has the opposite effect rather than having the effect where it's
No,
like you're showing them
I'm not
what they
saying
really
I'm not
are?
saying insult them for the purpose of insult. I'm saying insult their intelligence, which means showing them that they are stupid. And that's what I do with Muslims all the time. So I'm not here to insult the Muslim just saying stupid. I show him that he's being stupid. So that is the insult which we are talking about. You show them that they are wrong and what they believe in is stupid, awkward, backward, and that will be very insulting for them. Because the atheists usually, they look down at those people who believe in God. So they believe that you are the stupid one. So if you can return the favor to them, let us say, and show them that they are the one really the stupid ones, that will hurt their feeling. I'm not saying you go and use bad language, no. The insult we are talking about, just show them that they are just being idiot, you know, and think that they are the smart one.
Right. So you say that we shouldn't use bad language.
No, we don't use bad language. First of all, that's not right. Secondly, will take us to nowhere. We depend on what bad language is. Some people they say, well, a Christian should not say stupid. The Bible says don't use the word foolish. No, the Bible mentioned the word foolish all over. The Bible is speaking about not to say to a brother who believes in God, who is just saying the word foolish to him just to insult him. That is not right. But the Bible mentioned to us in all over the place, even describe the Jews in certain point that God, my people have been destroyed because of their ignorance. So we show people their ignorance. This is not an insult. That is a duty. And that is the best way to do things so they can wake up. If they don't do it, then if nobody say to me, if my clothes is dirty, and you see me in the street and you don't say, hey, Christian, your clothes is dirty. Why? Because you're being polite. Well, how am I going to clean my clothes? I did not see them. I did not notice. So you say to me, your clothes is dirty, and that is not an insult. This is, you are saying the truth. For me, it might be an insult because I am limited maybe in my intelligence. I don't accept you to say that, but you are saying the truth, and always the truth is the winner. So you say things as it is, and always the truth hurt. So it's going to be insulting.
Right. Okay. And I think this is my last question. Knowing what you know now, what is your wish for young people?
How old are you?
I can be 53. It doesn't matter.
Okay, sorry. Like, no, because you are saying young, so you're a question about age, so I have to ask, because like, are you 14? Are you 18? Are you 20?
No.
Are you, okay. All right. So the word, you know, like the age, every stage of life have age, right? But the real age is not really how old are you. The real age is how much like experience you have, how much wisdom you are able to collect. So there is someone, he can be 18, but he is wiser than somebody. He's 70. You see a woman, she is in her 70, wearing short skirt, acting like a teenage, putting tens of colors in her hair. You know, I mean, she is just a teenage, literally, and she look funny. And then you might see a girl, she is a teenage, but she is dressed like a lady. She's talking like a lady. She's acting like a lady. Well, she is a lady. So the teenage old women versus the teenage lady women, which means she is a teenage as age, but she is acting as a wise person. And a woman, she is in her 70, but she dress, she talk, she act, she, you know, she wanna think that she is a teenage. So which one of them is wise? Obviously, it is the teenage. So it's not the age really what make you wise, it's what you do. And
Right.
if we grow in age, which is something natural to happen, but we could not grow in mind and understanding and respecting ourselves. So what this age did to us? Nothing. You will hear tons of stories about people who they are really old and then they go shameful stuff. They did not do it even when they were kids. Like things they never did when they were even teenage. Why you want to do it now? What happened? what happened that somebody, sometime, if a person, he wanted to do something when he was young, but he could not do it. So when he reached certain age, because that dream is still inside him, let us say a person, he is born in a certain family who there's no freedom, he cannot do things, or a woman or a guy, doesn't matter. And then one day, when you reach certain age, you became independent, and now you can do what you could not do before, even though it's too late. But because that dream is inside you, so you start acting in a foolish way, does not fit with your age, and then people, they laugh at you. And this is what happened with many people. They could not live their teenage time, so they leave it when they live this teenage when they are in their 60, 70. So suddenly they want to date every day. Suddenly they want to wear clothes doesn't fit for them. Suddenly they are wearing red and short skirt and showing their skin. Suddenly, so we could not do those things in certain time. Now we have money. Now we can drive a sport car. Like you find always, someone is very old and he's driving a sport car. He see girls in the street. He look at them and he smile. I mean, the guy, he think he is just in his 20 now. But because he did live through a lot of, let us say, harsh time, and he have dreams in his life, he could not accomplish those things when he was young. He could not get the sport car when he was 20. He could not get those fancy house, fancy cars, fancy shoes, fancy clothing when he was young. Now now he have it. So what do? He go and he try to find a young girl. She is to be his girlfriend, and then he will go through a lot of foolish mistakes because this young girl, if she go with him, obviously she want his money. She don't want him. So age is not what decide who you are. It's what you do in your age, whatever your age is. Did I answer? Did you sleep?
What?
Did you take a nap?
No, I've been listening to you.
All right.
You just cut out for a second. I was like, wait, what happened? I thought he was gonna continue.
Which part you did not hear?
You said age is not
Age, okay. Age is not. Yeah, age is not. It's not the years you have. Age, how you live it, how you live your age. So if you know how to live your age, then age mean nothing. Which mean if you do the wise things based on your age. I'm not saying if you are old, that doesn't mean you go run, do sport, swim, be strong, practice, etc. No, this is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about being wise so you don't become a foolish. Do it to your age so people will not take advantage of you. So if a person, if a man, he is old, is, let's say, in his 80, and then he convinced himself that a girl, she is in her 20, she's in love with him. Obviously, this person is not wise. He is being foolish. Because there is no way a woman, she is in her 20, she will accept to be in love with someone in his 80. The only reason for her to do that, maybe, mostly, it's because of money. He have money. So if I convince myself that this girl, she love me because I'm so good looking in my 80, that means I am not living my age. I don't understand what's happening. I am disconnected from reality, and I do not know that somebody is using me and fooling me. Because there's no way someone in the age of my not even my daughter, the age of my granddaughter, she is in love with me. Why? And what is special about you? So human being, an age should be, let us say, measured by wisdom, not by years, based on what you do, and based on what you accomplish in life. Otherwise, you can be old and you can be stupid. You can be young and you can be stupid, or vice versa.
Right. So, what advice would you give for those who are not wise? I guess I could put it.
You see, the issue with wise, we grow with everything in life. And yeah, we understand that not all people they have the same intelligence, but I believe that I can work in myself. Let us say you are so good in mathematics, and I am so bad in mathematics. Horrible. How I
Right.
can, how I can, how I can like reach your point, how I can be like you. Even
Buddy.
though you are gifted, let us say by birth, you are so good in mathematics, you do not need to work hard to understand a difficult mathematics issue. Even the one who is, let's say, his brain is slow, he can learn how mathematics work, and then he can function the mathematics maybe even better than you. So if I study, if I read, if I earn knowledge, if I do research, if I spend my time, it's like, you know, the turtle and the rabbit. The rabbit is so fast, the turtle is so slow. The rabbit is so proud, the rabbit will go to sleep. The turtle, she did not go to sleep, she keep walking. Even though she knew that she is so slow, she's a turtle. But because the rabbit is asleep, the turtle was able to pass the line and to win. So even if you are slow as a turtle, you can work hard in yourself and you can be the turtle who can beat the rabbit. So I say that we can work in ourselves, and this is why I encourage people not to give up. Like, okay, you notice that you are not really as smart like other people. Still, you can work in yourself and you can be in a good stage in the future, but you need to work in yourself. Read books, educate yourself, and then education will show. In fact, the more we read, the more we learn, the brain cells will develop and your brain even will grow. It's like, you know, you have a, let's say your brain is like a case, but you put nothing inside. So the case is hollow, you know, there's nothing, air, empty, pressured. But the more you put in it, the more this case expand, expand, expand. So you have to put inside your brain what will fill it so you can say, I am not, you can pass the point of being slow or not smart. And you can do that. You can work on yourself.
Right. Okay, so I might have lied about the 4 questions. I gained one more when you were talking
Yeah,
about
there's a,
the.
before you continue, there's a person, his name is Simon. I took you out just because your mic was making a noise, and I will take you next, okay? I took you out of the stage because your mic was making a noise. So don't think I dispose you, but your mic was making noise. So I will take you after her. All right? Go ahead, Starlight. You said 4 questions. Now there are 5.
Sorry, I gained one and I was like contemplating on asking it to you, but what is your opinion on homosexuals? Like Pride Month and everything like this sort.
Everything, I believe, everything is in the brain. So, Simon, your mic is making noise again, my friend.
Oh man.
Okay, let me invite you as soon we finish, okay? I will invite you. Don't jump to the stage. So, everything is in the brain. So, the reason somebody he will think about sexuality in the wrong way is he convinced himself in the brain, not physically, that this is what he want to be. And this is what many people they try to do. So like now those liberals, they try to convince children's, the boy they say to him you are a girl, and the girl they say to her you are a boy. So the boy start acting like a girl, start putting makeup, and the girl she start acting like a boy. The boy acting like a girl, and the girl acting like a boy. She cut her hair, she speak with a strong voice, she wear clothes like men, she wear a boot of a boy. So that's it. Now she decide in her mind that she is a boy, and you are what you believe. So for me, I believe that this is kind of a mental issue. It's not really something physical. It is mental. It's in the brain. And for me, this is very wrong for sure, because my nature, the nature says I am a guy, and the nature says that you are a girl. So why I want to convince myself is not in my nature. How I can convince myself of such a thing? But if I repeat a lie non-stop, maybe one day I will believe the lie. The same as the Muslim believe in the stories of Muhammad because they keep repeating it. So after repeating the lie 1,000 times, the lie became reality for them, and they go in denial. So for us as a Christians, homosexuality is absolutely wrong. God, He decide for you the right way to live. How we know that this is the right way to live? If a person he decide, if let us say a girl, she decide that she is a guy, she's a guy, that's it. How she will have a family in the future, how she will have kids, how she will do anything. She will find herself lonely, alone, no family. You know, she will grow up alone, she will die alone. Because she cannot accomplish anything, because she is trying to go against nature. So she thinks she is a boy, she go and she want to sleep with someone is a girl. Okay, you did that. Now, what is the tomorrow will be? Are you going to have a family? Can you have a children's? So it's a fiction. It's a fiction in the brain. It's not reality. And reality is male and female, they make family. Anything else is an illusion.
Right. How would you give this opinion on to, say, like your friend or something? Like
I just told you, you give them advice. You give them advice. Think about your future, what you will be. Do you like to have a children? How you can have children? Real children. It's impossible. How
say
you can
they
have...
don't want a child.
Well,
And
they will pay the price. Don't worry about them. If this is what they want, don't worry about them. Sooner or later, they will pay the price. They will feel lonely. They will feel so sad. They will feel depression, because this is not the normal way of life to be, and they will not enjoy life. You do your best to advise. It's not, if they don't want, it's up to them. Don't worry about them.
right.
People, they make a choice. People make choices, and always we pay the price for our choices. So I'm not going to cry for someone who decide the wrong choice. It's his choice.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you again,
You're welcome.
Christian Prince.
You're welcome.
Like for everything. I wish you well, and God bless you and your family.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Simon, where are you, Simon, so I can invite you? I hope Simon don't have 5 questions. Are you there, Simon? All right. Just say in the text so I can invite you. No, we will invite Simon first. Okay, go, Simon.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I do. Go ahead.
All right. So this has nothing to do, but earlier I was in the chat, and it has, not trying to be divisive, but I got kicked out of the chat because I said something from the Bible. I have a question for you. You know Revelations 5, right?
Yeah, we know Revelation 5, but this is not our topic now. Yeah, I know. Now I understand why they kick you out. You are just trying to take us out of our topic. Yeah, Revelation 5. You are expert in Revelation 5 only, right? You are not expert in Revelation 6? What about Revelation 1? Oh boy. So this is all the drama you have? I thought, like, I felt sorry because I took you off, you know, and she's talking. Boy, oh boy. Sensitive case. Yeah. Eric?
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So you've been a Christian your whole life, right? Whole life, just all the way through.
No, when I was a kid, my mom, she used to say, my son is like a monkey. So I don't think I was a Christian at that time. Okay.
No, not the whole time. Oh, well,
No, I'm saying there's
I
nobody is a Christian all his life, because when you are young, even though you are born from a Christian family, we know that the Bible teaches us you have to be born again, which means you understand the Lord, you believe in the Lord, and you follow the Lord. And that will take time for you to know, to understand, so you can follow. And that cannot happen right away when you are born. It's going to take some time where you reach the point of being wise. You know what is right. You can recognize right from wrong. And then that point will make you decide if you want to become a Christian or not. All right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow. Thank you. Wow. Appreciate that. That answered a lot of questions in of itself. I was an atheist, and that doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Doesn't even really matter. But being born in the spirit, like that transformation and like that guidance that you get just through looking back at like how you looked at things and like how things turn out to be later on, and like I don't know, like maybe you deal with atheists at times, and maybe all of you have, probably do, because I was one of those people that said things were subjective. I didn't believe in an absolute truth in anything whatsoever. Everything was relative, and like, but I never really believed that. That was just something that people said. It was like, again, you've answered like a lot of questions where it's like somebody can believe something for so long, and it just gets ingrained in them. What that it's unclear as to what it is. Be like I could put it to if I had to say anything, it's just darkness, and you hold on to that so tightly. It's like, but and like I get brought to a verse like, and it again, I'm not like pulling anything, but just like the points of like pride and like Job 41:15, where he's like his scales are his pride, and like they're fit so close together one to another, and it's like that is just the truth of it, because it's like you have this black onyx in your heart or something like that, like something that like just like no air can get between, and you have such a and like you're the only thing stopping that. You
We lost you, Eric.
How was it?
Say again, you said that you are the only one stopping that, and then I lost you.
Yeah, I said you, and I faded off into the distance. Like that moment where it's like, like what had happened is like, oh my goodness, like.
So now you are a believer, Eric?
Yeah. I start like the only person that never gave up on me was my grandmother. Like it was the only person that was a believer in my life,
Okay.
and yeah.
Well, I'm happy for you. And we gain wisdom through life, and or we gain foolishness. Sometime we grow older, we get more stupid, not necessarily more smart. It's based on your decision where you want to go. Like you see, as an example, the Muslims, you will see someone he have a PhD and in science, yet he believed that the sun set in murky water. How you can convince him? You cannot. That's it. So foolishness can be a companion for us in our life. In fact, I believe foolishness as a companion is always exist beside us or within us, and the wisdom too. So which one win? There is the wise you, and there is the foolish you inside you. So which one you let him win? That will decide who you are in the future or who you are today. So if I allow foolishness to take over, and usually foolishness is based on taking things just because somebody said, not because something I studied, I researched, I believe in it, and I am sure of it. So I advise you always to be the one who check things out, not just because somebody said so, you accept it, but because you study it, you search it, and you find it to be the truth, and that will make it solid, can stand all kind of, let us say, weather element. So it's going to be strong today, strong tomorrow, strong the day after, for simply you are sure of it, not because just somebody said. If you take what people say for granted, you might one day find out that you were a fool and you believe in something stupid all your life. All right?
Yeah. Thank you, brother.
You're
I
welcome.
only have one last thing to share with everyone, and maybe,
All right.
yeah, everyone. Just this. That's it. What a fellowship, what a joy divine, leaning on the everlasting arms. What a blessedness, what a peace of mind, leaning on the everlasting arms.
Thank you, brother. God bless you. All right. The one I kicked you out, you said you wanna ask me about praying to the saints. First of all, we don't pray for the saint. The people, they ask others to pray for them. We don't pray for the saint. The saint are saint. They do not need the prayer of anybody, you know. So your question is not valid. Same time, don't you see we don't have a topic about this now? Tana, which one was first? I think Tana was first, right? Putting her hand up. We will take next speaker. Go ahead, Tana.
Hello, good day. How are you?
I'm fine.
That's good to hear. I wanted to ask about the position, for example, when, for example, two Christian countries, when they have political disagreements or have problems,
Okay.
how do you treat the other person from the other country? Do you still see him as positive, or you see him as an enemy because the government says it? Since there are a lot of disagreements where I live, even though I'm Orthodox Christian and neighbors also Orthodox Christian, but we call each other horrible names. We call each other even, we lower them on a lower level of respect, and even consider them subhumans. Not me, but the majority of the people.
Yeah, you see, people, they can be driven into hatred, and they are victims of this of the action of their government. We can give an example between Russia and Ukraine now. So now, because of the war, a lot of bloodshed, a lot of hate, a lot of killing, a lot of destruction. So people, they will be driven by anger. But all of us, we knew that this is far away from what the Bible teach. Plus, you will see in the future that everything happened, people will forget. And the evil government who involved in this crime, they are the one responsible for what happened. People from both sides are victims. So we as a Christian, we should stay away from hate. So I always, I speak to Ukrainian. I have many Ukrainian friends. And in the beginning, they get upset from me when I say we should not hate the Russian. But I explain to them, it's not the Russian who they are bad. They say, no, they did, they said, okay, I understand. But there's many of the Russian, they went to jail just because they said Putin is wrong. Not all the Russian, they are against you. Many of them, they are not. The majority, actually, they are not. So we as a Christian, we should be smarter. We should not be driven into hate. And we should remember that we are family. And sometimes the devil, he take over between us. And this is the result. We kill each other. But we know that there's no victorious in this war between two Christian countries. Both of them, they are losers. Both of them, they are losing blood and land and property and money and wealth and health. Both of them, they are driven into hate. So who is the winner? Whoever hate us as a Christians. This is the only winner. So we have to be smarter, Otherwise, the Bible speak to us about the divided kingdom. So if we are divided, there's only one person who will take advantage, the one who hate us as a Christians, and that is the devil and his kingdom, like Islam, etc. So we should not be driven into that. Never hate someone from other country you never met, you never saw, you have no idea, and maybe tomorrow you will become friends and family again. And people, they forget. Time will goes 20 years from now, you will see your son maybe going to that country and he don't even remember anything. I saw some people from Serbia, an example. And Serbian, they have
Yes,
war.
Serbia is a neighboring country of mine.
Yeah. So Serbian, they have war with many neighbor countries. And now I spoke to
Yes.
many people from the neighbor country. They don't hate the Serbian, and the Serbian don't hate him no more. Why? Because it's something happened 20 years ago. The new generation, they lived. Life continue, and people live and forgive. So we as a Christian, we should love each other, and we should stand against hatred and even against war, and do our best not to reach that point, so we can survive the evil plan for us. This all is evil plan. All right.
Yes, I agree with everything you said. Actually, it's a good opinion, and I agree much of it. And for example, like I will say the Bulgarians, I see them as Christian brothers and also ethnic brothers. I see the Greeks as Christian brothers. I have been to Greece. Even I have visited Mount Athos as well. Many holiness, much holiness, much to see. Also, I would recommend you to visit it. I love the Greeks, but it's not the same opinion with the rest of the people and the rest of the countrymen that live. There have been also conflicts between the different Christian groups. For example, Protestant Bibles and kids study Bibles from Protestant have been issued here and copied, and a lot of Orthodox Christians here took it very, very negatively, and they started to mass burn them. Like not mass burn them, but many people showed their expression that Orthodox or that on the title simply. While the church in my country did not support it nor condemn it, so it stayed neutral on it.
My friend, those things always happen because people they decide to live inside their box, and they don't want to accept any other ideas. For me, I don't care if a person is Orthodox or Catholic or Protestant. I care, I have certain questions I ask. If he believe in them, then he is a Christian. The rest is not important, like the Protestant and the Catholic and the Orthodox. I assure you they believe in the same thing. But there is some people, they don't like to see others. Let us say if I'm a priest in a church, without saying which church, and then there's another person, he come to open a new church, but he is not having the same name. I consider he is being competing with me. So because I'm afraid from losing my authority, not because he's wrong, not because he is bad, not because he's satanic. I mean, Protestants are not Jehovah's Witnesses, they are Christians. Same as Catholics, same as Orthodox, all of them they are Christians. So what is the difference between us? I say that many, because they feel that having other church existence nearby is a threat for their existence. What if they like it? What if nobody come to me no more? What if nobody listen to me? What if this guy there in that church, he speak better than me? What if his teaching is nicer? What if, etc.? So they then, let us say, the evil spirit within some people, they spread lies about the other group. Like I heard lies about the Catholic, I heard lies about the Protestant, I heard lies about the Orthodox. And I found that all the lies are made against each other is absolutely lies. None of them is true. Like I heard lies that the Catholic is the one who created Islam. I died laughing. I heard a guy saying that Khadija, she was a Catholic nun. I died laughing. So I mean, they fabricate lies just because they want to make Catholic look bad. And then the same you can find from the other side. So we were talking about wisdom, right? So you have to be
Yes.
wise, and the wise Christian is the one who understands that the vision is from the devil. And the wise Christian is the one who understands that there's no Greek, no Hebrew, no free, no slave, no free, for all is one in Jesus' name.
We are all brothers in Christ, brothers and sisters.
So this is the wise person. The wise person, he understands. You ask the Protestant, who is your Lord? The Messiah. Who is your Savior? The Messiah. Who is going to come back? The Messiah. Who was on the cross? The Messiah. You ask the Orthodox, you ask the Catholic, the same question, the same answer.
Yes.
So what the problem? The problem is the priest. Not all the priests, some of them, they are wonderful people, but there is some priests that divide us, or they will not exist their very existence based on division. So dividing us is a way for them to exist, to be powerful, to be in control, and we have to be smarter. So for me, I'm not going to reject someone because he's a Protestant. I listen to him. He have maybe good things better than me, you know, maybe he have better ideas. I'm not going to say to someone as a Catholic, you are wrong. Well, the Catholic did a lot of service for Christianity. So I don't like the Pope, but doesn't mean the Catholic are bad. So, you know, I have to be wise. I have to be honest and have to understand that at the end of the day, there's only one Savior for him, for me, and for everybody else. His name is the Messiah, and all of us, we agree upon that. So instead of looking for what divide us, why we cannot be wise and look for what unite us, which is the Messiah? We look for division only when we are in love with Satan. For division is from Satan, it's not from God. You ask yourself a very simple question. Do Christ like us to be divided, or he like us to be united? I'm sure you know the answer.
Well, yeah, I agree with you, because many divisions, even theological, small, and even political divisions happen. It's out of our control, but the main point is to not be negative on them and see the similarities and the common things, and to agree on those common things. Simply, for example, my friend group is diverse. Actually, my closest friends are Byzantine Catholic, Muslim, atheist, and the rest are Orthodox. I mean, I can't change their minds, or most of them, like the Muslim follows tradition. He doesn't want to convert, but yeah, I accept simply the others.
No,
But
the Muslims are different. Muslims are people worshiping Satan. They are not the same as the rest of the Christians. They are satanic people. They believe in wickedness and they practice wickedness. So we cannot compare someone is a Muslim to someone who is a Protestant or Catholic or Orthodox. He is different. This is not the same. However, we have a duty to save the Muslims by explaining to them that following Muhammad is going to make them go to hell. So Muslim is not the same. Muslim is someone, is an Antichrist. The Bible says, who is the Antichrist? Who is Antichrist? Is the one who denied the Son and the Father. Correct? So the Muslim, they deny the Son and they deny the Father. So Muslims are not the same. All right?
yeah, I agree with you that since he is non-practicing, he barely knows the faith. He doesn't. I know more
Well, it doesn't matter
about the faith.
doesn't matter if he practice or not. As long he call himself a Muslim, that means he is a Muslim. He practice or he don't. So what if he don't practice? He don't practice maybe because he think if he practice he will be in trouble. People will not like
He has
him.
no interest, simply.
Maybe we cannot judge the heart. However, as long he call himself a Muslim, then he is a Muslim. Unless he change his name and he say, I'm not a Muslim no more, then, you know, the Lord said, from their fruits you shall know them. And the fruit of a Muslim is very well known. Right? Anyway, my brother, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you very much for your question. We will give time for other people to ask if you don't mind.
Yes. Also, it's not the question I want to ask. It's not for now, but I wanted to ask like a broader question for next time. Can it be private, possibly?
Well, if private, I don't go really private. I mean, the only way to talk to you in private is when I am online in Discord and I am not going live. And usually I go in Discord only like a minute after I go live, you know. So we will see. You can send me a message and we see if we can speak in private.
It's about personal family problems, and it's very confusing for me. That's why.
Well, you can, if you want, you can, let us say, send me a message in Patreon, and nobody will know that the question is sent by you. And maybe a day or two from now, I will answer the question, and nobody will know this is about who. You do not need to to talk to me by voice. You can just tell me what is the story, and I will help you. All right.
All right. I'll see what I can do on it. Thank you very much for your response and for your knowledge.
All right, my friend.
And keep it up.
Thank you. God bless you. And
God bless you too.
And I will pray for your family problem to be solved.
I pray, but a lot of demons are here, sadly.
Well, you see, life come with bad and good, and we need to learn how to accept both sides of this of life. In fact, I think life is not good unless there's bad, because the same as cold and hot, we do not know what the difference between them unless we experience both of them. The same as sugar and salt. So in order to enjoy what is good, sometimes we have to get hurt by what is bad. So even the bad sometimes can help us to have a better joy in life.
Yes, I understand. But this will be asked, as you said, on Patreon or somewhere else.
Send me a message in
I can find
Patreon.
it.
Send me a message in Patreon, and we will see if it's necessarily. I will talk to you in private. No, brother. No problem.
All right. Thank you very much.
All right. Take care.
Take care.
All right. Yes, follower.
Hello, CP. How are you?
I'm fine.
Okay, so I have two things to say, but first, I really want to thank you for everything that you've been doing. It has really opened my eyes about a lot of things, and like even though I've only started watching you like from last year, you really impacted my view on this world and just my life in general. That I literally left my job that I really loved once. And
So sorry,
yeah, I really just want to thank you.
you lost your job, so I did not hear what.
No, I didn't lose my job. I left my job
Okay.
that I started when I was 18.
Okay.
And that's because like what you've been saying really impacted my life. And even though I've only started listening to you like 1 year ago exactly, I made my siblings listen to you too and everything that you teach. So thank you so much for that.
But why you left your job
It's really impacting.
after listening to me? What is the connection?
Well, considering where I live, my job, like the money that people make because of my job, it like I realize that they're funding like terrorist organizations and
I see.
like it's not like standing up for what I believe in and what Christ teaches. So
Okay.
yeah, that's why. So thank you very much because I was in a pit hole before I started listening to you. So thank you.
Well, I'm
And
happy that I was able to help.
thank you so much. And my second thing was that I really struggled in my life, especially like since my childhood. And a lot of it has to do with how my parents have raised me. I was born in a Christian family, but my parents didn't really put Christ's teachings in our life. They didn't really make us grow in Christianity. It was just that I was baptized and that's it. And this made me go astray, like away from Christ. And it really affected me because I was thinking about a lot of things that were wrong. I believed in a lot of things that were wrong. So now that I've found the truth, I sometimes hold a heavy and strong grudge against my family, like my mom and my dad, because they didn't really teach us about Christ growing up. And they just let us go astray, even though they really cared about us, but they didn't care about this part of our life, which is so important. So can you like please just give me advice on how to leave the past behind, on how to forget, to leave the grudge against my parents?
Well,
Thank you.
we need to understand that you and your parents are totally different people. So let us not to judge them. They did what they learned. That's what they know. That's what they know best. They think by providing food and shelter, and that's their job to be parents. So we don't want to judge them because I'm sure, based on what they know, that this is the best to do. But doesn't mean they are bad. This is what they learn. Maybe they grow up in a family like this too. Their parents did not teach them, did not guide them, did not help them anything except the same as your parents are doing, just provide food and shelter, etc. Me, when I was a kid, I was a very much troublemaker. So I have a family who they are religious. My mom is very religious. My dad is religious. But I go fight in the street almost every day. There's a fight. My T-shirt is ripped every other day, you know. So I'm the opposite of you. So I was like troublemaker, but I never like did something bad. But I fight to defend. I see if I see somebody is weak, I jump in the fight just to defend. I don't even know the person. So I used to be a different person, even
Yeah.
though I don't fit with my, let us say, with my family. To the point I used to be fired from school almost every day. In fact, sometimes I go back, I'm fired again. I just did not come back yet, you know. So my parents, they give up on me to the point nobody want to go to with me to the principal to sign that I will not do it again, because that's it. First time, second time, third time, first time, seventh time. So they give up on me. So in your case, your parents are not religious. In my case, they are. But I was the troublemaker. But life will change people. Life, you know, will make you find who you are. You know, I was rebellion because I don't like what I see around me. I don't like the unjust around me. So I'm not being bad, but I am being, let us say, not acting as every kid act. Just let it go. I don't like to let it go. So life will change you. Life will change them. And your duty now, as a person who found out the truth, is not to put them down, but maybe you can help them. Like they did not teach you, what about you try to teach them? What about you try to get them close to the Lord? What about you show them that by being Christian, you are a new person and you are a better person? So you can be, I guess, a good example in front of them, showing them and show your sibling love and care and show them why you are now a new person with Christ, and that maybe will help them to get close. So they could not, let's say, they could not save you from being astray, but maybe now it's your duty to save them from being astray. So don't think much about the past. The past is gone, but thank God you are saved and you know who you are, what you want to be, and that what is important. You know, I mean, we have stories in the Bible, you know, when, you know, the woman, when Jesus, he said to her, go and sin no more.
Yes.
This woman, she's accused of fornication, not just lying or, you know, fornication. So what Jesus said to her, go and sin no more. What is important is you have a past. The past now is gone. The Lord, he is not going to look at your past if you promise him that you will sin no more. So you started your life and now you are a believer, you have faith. So go and sin no more. And the first thing you should avoid is to judge your parents, for they did not teach you. I believe strongly they did not do that, not because they are evil, but because they don't know better.
Correct. That's true.
So forgive them, love them, and try to help them to come back to Christ and not to be, you know, don't be angry from them. If I know, if they taught me, if they say to us, they don't know better. There's a lot of people in this earth, they are so naive, they have no idea what's going on. They don't know the right and the wrong. Not everybody is even qualified to be a parent. But, you know, in this earth, women and men, like the guy, he want to have a wife, the women, she need a man. They get married, they have babies. But many, they are not qualified to have children. But yet they have a children. Right? And this is what will happen when the parents are not qualified to have babies. And I say, I think the majority of people, they don't qualify to have children. The majority of people, they don't even qualify to be wife and husband, because many, they are immature, they are just growing physically, and they get married for physical need, not for understanding what is the purpose of this marriage. and what is the responsibility. So everybody, it's a tradition, it's a culture, it's a thing. The man should get married, she have kids, and it's a form of security too. Like especially in certain countries, like when you have children's, this is your retirement. It's not because they like children's, but because when I get old, who is going to support me? Who is going to pay for my rent or my food? Who is going to walk me from my bed to the bathroom? So they have a children's for security as number one, and I cannot blame them because simply this is what they grow. This is their parents did the same, and the parents and the parents. So, but you can change your life, so you don't do what they did.
Correct.
Yeah, and when you get married, you know the mistake happened to you. So now you will be very sure that when you get married and you have a children's, you will be teaching them, you will take care, give them time to learn. It's not about food, it's not only about clothing, it's not about having a roof on the top of us. The Lord, he says, not only by bread the human being he live, but by the word of God. So you give what is missing in your life, you give it to your children's. In fact, I think that is very helpful for you, because if you did not go through this, you will not know the value of what happened or what you wish to happen.
100%. Correct.
Yeah.
I agree.
You see somebody, I will give you an example. You see someone is coming from India to America. And I never saw an Indian, he's homeless in America. Never, never. I saw American who they are blonde or black, born in this country, their father born in this country, their grandfather born in the country, they are homeless. What the difference between someone is Indian, he have a business, he is successful, he came from his country with no money, and someone is born in this country, yet he's homeless in the street. He did not take a shower for a year. How come? I will tell you why. The Indian guy, he went through hell in order to come to America. He's coming from a poor country. He struggled. He knew the value. He knew how lucky he is to be here. So he worked hard, he brings success, and he is successful. The one who is born in America, you don't understand. You don't appreciate. I mean, he's homeless, so what? He's dirty, so what? He don't appreciate what God he gave him, that he is born in a rich country like this country. Still he's poor. I mean, the whole country is rich, he is poor. Why? Because he don't appreciate. So appreciation is the key point of happiness in life. If I don't appreciate what I have, I will never be happy. So if I am poor and I have a piece of bread and I am happy to eat it, that is a treasure of food for me. If I am a billionaire and I don't appreciate the golden spoon in my hand, I will never be happy, because simply always appreciation is what happy is about. So I advise you to appreciate who you are today and don't look to the past, so you can enjoy your day today and your tomorrow, and you can correct what you use what you went through to build a better tomorrow.
Yes. Thank you so much, Christian friends. May the Lord bless you for all that you do.
You're
And may
welcome,
the Lord
sister.
protect you as well.
And say
Thank
hello.
you so much.
Say hello to your sibling as long as they are listening.
I will let them know. Thank
All
you
right.
so much.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Have a good day. Thank you.
All
Bye-bye.
right. Appreciation is the most important thing. And the second we lose this, it's a small word, but it's extremely, extremely important. You don't appreciate, you are not alive, you are dead. In fact, you are in pain. In fact, you will never be happy. You will be always depressed. You don't appreciate anything around you. You are sad. You're a very sad case, I mean, it is the worst thing to happen to a human being is not to appreciate what the Lord he provide him. Even if you are an atheist, even if you don't believe in God, if you don't appreciate, you are dead. You have no reason to live. You will hate yourself. In fact, this is why many people they commit suicide, because they lost the point of appreciation. They don't see any good things around them. Everything is negative. Why? Because they don't appreciate. And you will notice that people who live in a fancy countries, rich countries, wealthy countries, they have a high average of committing suicide. Why? Because they became so spoiled. They did not notice how lucky they are. In the state, you will go to a dog. A dog have more toys than a child in the other countries. There's a children in other countries, they wish to have one of the toys of the dog you have in your home. For who? For the dog to play with. A dog. There's kids, they spend all their life, maybe they are kids, they never have a toy because their parents cannot afford to buy a toy for them. So what is a dream for someone is a garbage for someone else. But the one who have a dream is going to be more successful tomorrow, for he went through a very harsh time to accomplish or to reach what already you have long time ago. And he will be happy, for he will be appreciating. But that who is born with wealth, born with being spoiled, everything he need, he can get it in 2 seconds. He never appreciate. He never understand the value. He never understand what it means to be not to sleep hungry or to sleep cold, or because he never been through those things. This is why those people, they can be more successful than those who they are born in a rich country. Abu, go ahead.
I was going to say Seeker can go first, but what you said really hit, so I decided to show up on the stage.
All right.
I'm a first-generation immigrant like you, and I live in different countries, and this idea of survival is what makes us different. And when you said you have never seen poor Indians and you saw homeless people, it hits really hard because it reminds me of what my grandparents said. He bought the cow, the generation after that rode the cow, the generation after that sold the cow. Now we have no cow. And I just want to encourage everybody to keep in mind that even if, like you said, CP, we don't know hot if we don't know cold. We don't know blessings if we don't see horrible stuff around us. So we don't necessarily have to be discouraged. I'm not trying to preach, CP, but you kind of hit hard. Like I was thinking about this, My mother was poor, but she never let that poor, economic situation define her, because she felt like she was more blessed than any other woman around her. But I was about to ask you this question. What is your vision in the next 10, 20 years? I have been thinking about why is it so different between Middle East and Asia. Japan was hit by 2 atomic bombs in Tokyo bombing. South Korea, Southeast Asia were all destroyed, but they didn't really try to kill each other. Is this really part because of the culture, religion, and everything? And what is your thoughts moving 10, 20 years from now? Sorry if this is a strange question.
No problem. But no, I think you are wrong. In Asia, there's a lot of bloodshed happened, a lot of crimes. As an example, the Japanese, they occupied the Chinese and they killed a lot of people. The same they did to the Korean, the same they did to the Philippines. And the Chinese themselves, they occupy other nations. So bloodshed and hatred and killing is very established in the world, regardless of the ethnic. However, in the Middle East, we have something about us. We are so much proud. But about what? I don't know. I have no idea. Maybe you can tell me. So we are so proud. We are so proud, and we are very racist too. You will see that every country they look down at their neighbor country, even though they are almost the same. They have the same problems, the same, they look the same, they speak the same, but they are racist, very racist. So in the Middle East, there's a lot of diseases. I believe there are social diseases. And this is not only between Muslims. Christians, they have their own social diseases too. And I mentioned racism in the Middle East. Same time, you know, they think of themselves so high, but they don't prove why they are high. They don't do what make them high. What make you different? Why you think you are better than others? They don't show you. They have no answer. They cannot, you know. And they are dreamers. If there is someone as famous in their country, they will say, "Look at this guy," but he himself is the last one to be like him. So the Middle East will never be something good, because simply they have the way of thinking of a Middle Eastern. A Middle Eastern, they are people who spend their life focusing in main issues like how to show off, how to dress nice, how to have a nice car, how to appear. Like my appearance is number one important issue in life. So everything in their life is about appearance, is not about quality. So you will see a woman, her husband hardly make $500. She want to bring a maid from Sri Lanka. Well, the maid, she will make money more than your husband. How you can afford it? Well, her cousin, she have a maid. So they have most of Middle Eastern, sadly, they have a very shallow brain, and they love to show off, and they are racist, and they are not, let us say, they don't like to change. They don't like change. They don't like to fix themselves. They are proud, and that's it. We are proud. We are the best in the world. So they have no electricity, they have no water, they have no street, they have nothing. Still, they think they are the best in the world. How you can fix such a society like this? Nobody can fix it. We cannot fix it, and they will never change. I believe strongly that Middle East is a land full of diseases, and number one disease is the mentality of the people there.
Yeah, it feels like the blaming external factor is very strong in the Middle East. Although, I only spent a very brief amount of time there. In the other parts of the country, the blaming self part is also too strong, extreme, right? Anything resigns, like if you look at Japan, something happened, resign.
In the Middle East,
But
if the president, if his whole nation die, he will not resign. he will make them resign, but he will not. Middle East, gang. Yeah, I mean, and I said in Middle Eastern, I told this story many times. I was sitting with the Christian, not even Muslims. So one, he said, America, bad, like this country, disgusting, this country. The second one is saying the same. So, I said to them, all of you are a bunch of hypocrite. As long this country is garbage, why you are here? Why you don't take your passport and fly? Why you don't go to your heaven? Go back to your heaven. The Middle East is heaven. Why you are here? And all of them, they shut up. They were shocked about my response. And then they asked me to go with them again. I said, I'm not going to go with you. I mean, you guys are an idiot. Thank you. Don't invite me again. Yeah, I hate it. I mean, and not only that, they talk about each other too, and they're back. So gossip, unfaithful, and they don't appreciate, and they love to show off, and they love to lie. So what is left in the quality of those people? I don't know. I'm not saying all Middle Eastern are the same, but this is the major disease in the society, and that's why the society will never go forward anywhere. So you mentioned that in Asia they went through things, but they are in different place. Yeah, because the nature of the people are different, the way they think is different, and we cannot compare. Even though the Japanese, they were violence, they were etc. But we can say that Japanese today is different people. They are way different than, they are way better than what they used to be. and we cannot compare the Middle East to them.
Yeah, I remember when I was in school, my teacher said everything is America's fault since the time of Muhammad. So I said, since the time of Muhammad, America didn't exist. And she was very angry.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right, my brother. Thank you very much for
okay,
joining us.
I'll leave. Seeker, you can go next.
All right. Where is Seeker? Are you there, Seeker? All right, go ahead.
Oh, I'm here. I've been waiting.
I
Hello.
hope we did not abuse the authority.
No, absolutely not.
All right.
Because here's the thing. I got skipped by, well, technically 3 people. And the funny part is that it is somehow related. The last topic is related to my question.
Okay.
So when you ended your first stream, I was talking to one of my friends, and he told me that he wants to go to join the war in the Middle East. Well, one of the reasons for that is that because he's depressed and he just wants to, end it without ending it directly. Because recently he converted to Christianity, he became a believer. So my question is that a form of suicide? And what's your advice? How can I deal with
No, we should
this
not. No,
situation?
he should not do that. Like I joined the army, and I've been in the army, but I did not join because I want to finish my life. I joined because I want to defend, and even though it might cost me my life. So, like even I mentioned, I don't mind if the Israeli accept me to join them and go and fight those terrorists. But this is not because I hate my life or because I'm not happy, but because I believe this is a good duty, a good mission to do. Something worth to die for, something worth to live for, because we live and we will die anyway. But we don't go because we want to die. We go because we want to live. So when I die, other people live. So the most noble thing is that you defend others so they can live. So you have to have a noble reason to do things, not because you hate your life. Otherwise, you are just being an idiot. So this is the wrong thing to do, and he will not even be successful there, because the first guy shooting, he will stand up, he will get shot. So what's the point? Either you are going to
That's
be
true.
a soldier, a useful, bring victory to the nation you are fighting for, or you will bring shame. So a person who want to just die, he will bring shame. A person who want to live, by giving his life, you live. You see, when you give your life, you are not really dead, you live, or you live through your sacrifice. The Lord will appreciate people like you, who they are standing against the evil, defending the weak. The people, they will appreciate you. They will never forget about you. And, the Lord, he says, from their fruits you shall know them. So a person, when he commits suicide, he have an evil fruit. He is no Christian. This is not an act of a Christianity. All right? This is evil.
I mean, that's as you usually say, that's deep. Yeah.
It's an
Thank you for the advice.
It's an evil act to commit suicide. It's not right.
Yeah, you gave me a lot of ideas. Now at least now I know how to talk to him.
All right. I hope you can help.
That's
hope
really,
you can help him.
Thanks for the help, man.
All right. You're welcome.
God bless.
You're welcome. All right. Who else want to join us? So, guys, do you like what we are doing today? Should we do it from time to time? Is that something you like? All right. Maybe we'll do it once a week or something. We will see. Go ahead, Anthony.
Hi, I'm so sorry. Hold on, it's really bad. Hi, CP. It was nice to meet you.
Thank you.
I just want I just wanted to know, are we on a certain topic, or can we talk about anything else with you?
No, we have open topic, but we don't want to talk about Islam or.
I just wanted to ask, like, it's like something personal happened to me, and I've talked with the people here like a couple of days ago about a relationship that I was with someone, because I was in a relationship with a Muslim.
Oh,
But
okay, relationship with the Muslim women. Okay.
yeah, because I'm a Coptic Orthodox Christian, and I ended it last week.
Uh-huh.
It's just sorry, let me just pace myself, because she said something to me, like she was going through something. Then after that, she said to me she's gonna go to a mosque, and I felt hesitant about it because, like, we've talked about like our relationship and our religious differences, and I said to her, like, I don't think our relationship should continue anymore, because like you're very like you're very like into your religion, I'm into my religion, and I feel like our relationship would doom to fail. So I I had to end it with her, because she thought, like, if we were going to be something in the future, like she thought I was going to do a civil marriage, and for me in the Coptic Orthodox Church, we are not allowed to have a civil marriage, because someone would have to convert, or else the marriage, the church won't see it as a marriage.
All
So
right. You know,
I
in the Bible, it says clearly, if you go to Second Corinthians, that the yoke together with unbeliever is not accepted, because
yes,
righteousness and wickedness have nothing in common. So,
yes, yes,
so when you leave yourself into temptation, this is temptation.
yes. This
This
was
yeah.
one.
So many Muslim women, they will be tempting you in order to
Mm,
convert you. Both sides, Muslim men, they tempt Christian women. Muslim women, they tempt Christian men. And the end of the story is, if you really love me, you convert to my religion. And because
I
the person don't have a value for his faith, then he convert. He don't care. He just wanna he being tempted. He wanna be in the bed with this person. So don't let temptation take you down, for this is affect your salvation. Same time, never marry someone, even if she become a Christian. Listen carefully.
mhm,
Even if she
mhm.
said, okay, I will become a Christian, because she did not become a Christian because she believed, but became a Christian just because you said to her, I will marry
Yeah.
you if you become a Christian. So you made a condition. So she did not.
I did. Sorry, I'm
No, no,
so
I'm
sorry to
just
cut
telling
you off.
you, I'm assuming you said that, let's say. So because
Mhm.
now you made a condition, she accepted to say she is a believer, but in reality she is not. So that is
No.
very, yeah, that is very dangerous, because you marry her today, tomorrow she start teaching her kids the wickedness of
Mm,
Islam. So you can marry a convert, a woman she convert to Jesus before she know you, or she love you, or she met you, which mean her conversion have nothing to do with being with the man. You know what I mean?
yes. I did say to her relationship, like, don't do it because you love me. Do it in your own will. I said to her very strictly, like, don't do it because you love me. Do it if you want to know Jesus Christ, if you want to know about it. And and she said the same thing to me. She won't force me, and I won't force her, because we do not force anyone.
Yeah, but this is even if she don't care, and even if you say I don't care, and then you get married, this will be a very far awkward marriage, and your kids will be lost, and it will destroy
Yeah,
your family, because everybody have his own idea about what is right, what's wrong, what is God, what is not God. So don't go
mm,
there. And a Christian man, a Christian woman, they should not be with someone not a believer, and this is against the Bible totally, and it's clear in the
mm,
Bible. Marriage cannot be between two people who don't believe in the same God, because simply marriage in Christianity is a unity by God. So if she have a God is not my God, how we will
mm,
have the unity? Marriage in Christianity is not a contract. It's not a sex contract.
mm,
So,
mm,
so her marriage is a contract. Your
mm,
marriage, it is not.
mhm.
All
Yeah,
right.
I agree. Yes, 100%.
All right. Well, I hope you receive the advice, and for sure it's up to you to take
Thank
what
you,
you
C.
like. You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Do we have any other person want to join us? Zedem?
Yeah, that's right, Zeta.
All right, go ahead.
I've been listening to your stream for just before Ramadan, and my perspective has completely changed after having gone completely apostate. I was in the last stage of Islam, contemplating Sufism, and after doing a little bit of further studying and coming to terms with the misinformation that existed in Sufism as well, I just wanted to take this opportunity, not discussing Islam, to express my gratitude for just I listen to God Logic, I listen to Apostate Prophet. All of these different people have different ways of communicating what needs to be said. But I feel like the way that you deliver the information resonates with me personally in a way that I feel like I can communicate with other people that were struggling like I was. And I've seen people realize the falsehood of Islam in this server, and I just want to. I know that you're not one for receiving praise or appreciation, but I couldn't help but take this chance to do that because it's changed my life, and I've seen people's lives change in this VC, and um, there's not much else I can do but give gratitude to God and give gratitude for the people in service of God like yourself. And I can only hope that the people in this VC are inspired to do something similar. I certainly am. And I think that's the extent of what I felt like I needed to say.
Well, I appreciate your kind words. And yes, I don't like people to come and say to me, thank you, etc. But if this is make you feel better, that's fine. What we do here, simply is, let us say, like you go in this life, you go in the desert and you look in the ground, you see sand, and all the sands, they look the same. Every single one of them look the same. Why? Because our vision is short. If you go and get closer and you put them under the microscope, you will find that every single piece of this dirt look totally different from the other one. So when we are far away from the object, we see the object totally different. The more we get closer to it, we see it the opposite of what we saw before. The same when you look at the mountain, there's a few trees, you think the whole mountain is covered by a tree. You go and you walk inside the mountain, you see a lot of empty space inside the mountain, but yet when you were down, you thought the whole mountain covered by trees. And this is how a human being is. So I try my best to help the human being to get close to himself, to reality, and to see what I see, because sadly most of us, we read, but we don't understand. And we don't even read the words carefully. We don't try to understand what is between the words or behind the words. So I try to share my experience with people so they can, let us say, get the skills of knowing things so they can make decision by their own. The same as what you said about yourself.
I feel that.
All right. Well, thank you, brother. God bless you. And I'm happy that you decide to leave Islam and you are being saved.
Thank you. God bless you in your efforts. I'll be in the audience.
All right. Thank you. All right.
Peace.
I saw someone said, want to talk? Ever or Everly, something like that. Who want to talk next? Okay, look like nobody. All right. uh, life, uh, God, He gave us eyes, but doesn't mean we see with them, because we decide what to do with those eyes. We always see what we like to see. And I will give you a very simple example. I don't want to hurt the feeling of women, but women, when they look at the mirror, she see herself beautiful because she decide to see herself beautiful. It doesn't matter really how she look like. She take pictures of herself. She takes selfie. She is so happy. She put makeup. Well, she see herself beautiful. But she look at different women, and maybe that woman, she is more pretty than her, but she see her ugly. How that can happen? How someone is less beauty, see other person ugly, and see herself more pretty? Because simply she decide to blind herself and make her eyes see only what she like to see. And this is what we do to ourselves always in life. We blind our eyes and we see only what we like. Anything is going to hurt our eyes, even ideas in our head, we blind them. We don't want to think about them. Let us say we have something in past, we did something bad. So what we do, we throw that things in a dark corner in our brain. We don't want to think about it. So always we have a blind spot in our vision. And sometimes those blind spots, they can be deadly because we decide to become blind, and we will do, because of that, we can do a very wrong, bad decisions, and we will not be successful in life. So you have to teach yourself to see things as it is, and to be, let us say, you criticize yourself. If you cannot criticize yourself, you will not be something good in the future. Because this is how you correct yourself. If you think always you are right, if you think you are always the best, if you think you are the smartest, well, that means you are the foolish or the most foolish. So we need to learn how to use the gift God gave us. We have it, all of us, but some of us, we decide to throw it in the side, and we decide to use what we like to use and ignore the rest, because using the rest can be very harmful for my feeling. So I say, I'm not going to use it. I'm not going to accept reality. I'm not going to say, uh, like you see a person is wearing clothes just because they are fashion, but he looks like a clown because he don't want to see anything except him looking good in the fashion, but he don't see himself in the eyes of others. He think anyone will see him now because he's wearing expensive clothes and they are fashion. He will look so good. You will see like there's like a fashion, a woman, she is wearing a pant, is so tight in her body. But shouldn't you look at your body first when you wear it, how you look like? But she decide in her mind that she looks so good with it, even though maybe everybody else is laughing at what she is wearing. So she blinded herself, and she decided for herself that this is so good. So sometimes what we see can be deceiving, and especially if we are people who practice deceiving, which means we decide always to deceive ourselves, and we convince ourselves that deception is the best way to be comfortable. Go ahead, Wink.
Hello, CP, can you hear me?
I hear you.
I was just gonna say, I'm not sure, but it would be very great if you can do things like this more often and even talk more like into the Bible and things like that. One time I was out there talking about Jesus, and I met this lady, and she was telling me how her ex-boyfriend was a Satanist, and then her current boyfriend is a Muslim. So, I mean, just like the man that was talking to you now, how maybe he was dating a Muslim and things like that. A lot of Christians don't know or what true Christianity is and what the Bible really teaches on some of these areas. So,
I mean, in as much as a lot of people tune into you and hear you debunk Islam, and they may have confidence that Christianity is true, but still they don't even know what Christianity is all about. So, just like the other lady too, that came up and said her parents didn't really teach her the right way. So we have a lot of Christians like that everywhere. Of course, I mean, I talk about Jesus every day. Every day I go out for outreach and stuff like that. I see a lot of Christians with all kinds of ideas about Christianity. Sometimes you see them on the line going into a nightclub, and they'll tell me, "Oh man, you're doing a great job, man. Keep it up." I'm a Christian too, and So I think it's very important for if you can try to make out time and try to talk to Christians more and educate them more about Christianity, about what God expects from them. I think that will also really help other people to know what they need to do and to fix some of the mess they have in their lives.
I will do. I promise you, I will do. And you know, the reason I give most of my time to speak about Islam because I know that I mean, there's people now they are exposing Islam, but still we are short of people who speak Arabic, and people they can get things busted in the spot. Muslims always they can get away with their lies because they are debating people who don't. They are short of knowledge, and they are short of knowledge because simply they don't know Arabic. Plus, I mean, how much you know to yourself. However, as you said, many Christians they think Christianity is saying we are Christian, but Christianity is being a Christian, not saying we are Christian. So you said this woman, she have satanic boyfriend before, and now she have a satanic, she have a Muslim, which is satanic, a boyfriend. But she is satanic too, because if she is not satanic, how she accept to be living with the satanic ones? Yeah.
Yeah.
In order to partner with satanic, that I have to be satanic. And the idea of being even with them for a minute, I am not better than them. Obviously, like, tell me who is your friend, I will tell you who you are. If your friend is a drug dealer, you must be a drug dealer. If your friend is a pimp, you must be a pimp. So, yeah, I mean, this is reality. Like even mention Christians, like this woman Condanis, she go and meet this pimp. If she go there to get advice from a pimp, and yet she claimed to be Christian, and many Christian they believe that she is a Christian. This is how stupid people are these days. So a person who keeps saying the F word every 2 seconds, he have a billion videos about how to lie to women, how to use women, and he is a pimp. Yet they accept a woman. She claimed to be Christian and she claimed to be conservative. She fly overseas to get advice from a pimp. How you advise young people today? I mean, look how stupid she is. Look how disgusting she is. But because those people, they are stupid when it's come to following the truth, but they are smart to make money. So she noticed that this guy is famous, have a lot of influence. I will go and meet him because that will give me more audience. I'm kicked out of my business with this with the Jewish guy. So I need support from who? From the enemy of the Jews, the Muslims. So they are evil, they are satanic, and they knew what they are doing. The question is, do we Christians know what we are doing? How we let such kind of people to influence our decision in life? That is what Satan does.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you, CP. Thank you for all you do. May God bless you and strengthen you and keep you and preserve you for the next generation to come.
Thank you, brother. God bless you.
Thank you. Bye.
Do we have anybody? I was going to say any Muslim. Any Abdul. Oh boy.
We have a question from a lady member, but she couldn't show up for security reason.
All right.
Safety reason. Her question is, can you advise on how to handle a situation when someone insults you for changing your religion? You know this lady, you spoke to her before.
All right. Well, how you to handle a situation because somebody insult you? Who is this person who insult?
Yeah, when other people insult her for changing her religion.
Who are those people? Are they family? Are they strangers?
Yes,
Okay.
family and close people.
Well, the Lord, He says, that we will be blessed when people insult us, when people discriminate us. So this is for us as a blessing. However, she don't have to associate with them. She don't have to respond to them. She should, stay strong. And I think I don't think this is bad, because based on my experience, a Christian who live under discrimination is a better Christian than the Christian who don't. The same way we mention that I mentioned, like someone is coming from India, he's poor. He come to America, he's more successful. It's the same exactly for someone. He paid a very high price to become a Christian. He will be a way better believer, a way stronger believer, for he paid a price nobody else know. A person who is born of a Christian family, he never go through this. He go to the church anytime. He go to pray. He open the Bible. He never suffer from this. But the Christian who is willing to leave his faith and come to Jesus and get insulted and get discriminated and even maybe get killed, yet he want to be Christian. That is a very truthful, real Christian. That is where the blessing of the Lord is. For you have the lion, you have the heart of a lion, yet you are the dove between the wolves. So don't let that affect you. It's a blessing for you. It's absolute blessing. You are lucky, actually. All the disciples of Jesus, they got discriminated miserably. They get killed, they were crucified, they feed them to animals. And who can say that they are not the best of us? So I say to her, sister, you are the best of us. It's not us who's the best of you. You are the best of us. So God bless you, and the Lord will be with you. If the Lord is with me, who could be against me?
Yeah, very true. I have to admit I'm jealous of them sometimes because I was raised in a Christian family, maybe like you a little bit, and we drink water, and when I believe in Christ, I drank more water, but they were thirsty. They were literally drinking poison. So I'm jealous of, that change a little bit sometimes. So yeah. Thank you, CP.
All right, you're welcome. Gofian? Kwafian, are you there? Hello? Kofian, I'm not sure how to say your name. Are you there? We don't hear you, my friend. Okay, you have an issue with your microphone.
Hello, am I heard now?
All right, I hear you now. Go ahead.
Okay. First of all, hello. I'm Middle Eastern like you. I left Islam earlier this year, and since then I felt like my IQ has gone really much higher since like the day I left Islam. And I have this commitment to learn anything. And in my school, I'm actually openly an atheist, despite me being in Middle East. But and I try my best to have like as many debates in real life to debunk Muslims in real life and leave them questioning their faith and their belief, which is something like. Despite me not being a believer in the deity of Christ, I still try to bring them to a better religion than the ones that they are into. And I learned from you something very important is not to compromise and to always take my own side. The problem with it, taking my own side, is that my side is very shallow and I try to learn many things. But as I learn more, I feel this discouragement because of this laziness within us Arabs. You know that we come from an illiterate culture where we like the information is transmitted orally and we use like as many like orally transmitted things, not proper information. That's the main issue. So this laziness that we suffer from Arabs in general, like how do we how do we go up with it? How do we like get rid of it? Because it's killing really. Like creating a new book feels like a really bad achievement. Like it's like it's like moving a whole mountain, or learning about a new scientific breakthrough or something. It's just like feels like a huge achievement to do. Despite I've done it many times, and every time I do it, I feel like I'm moving a whole mountain. I don't know if it's something that has to do with my environment or myself as like this laziness.
I don't know, like the word lazy, I don't see a place for it because uh, you see, if you are in love with something, then the effort will not count. Like, let's say somebody he love food and he he's willing to spend 2 hours to cook because he like to eat this food. So time doesn't count, and time does go fast because he's in love with what he do. So I think what is missing is you are not in love in doing the things you like to do. This is why you see it heavy, hard, not easy. Maybe you are not meant, like, let us say it's not your nature to argue with people, to fight for an idea. It's your nature you know, not to face the struggle to convince somebody. This is why you don't like it. It's not about lazy as much it is maybe it's not you, which mean you're not that kind who like to argue and fight with people over an idea or a belief. You like it to happen, you wish it to happen, but you don't want to do it yourself. It's like somebody like he go to the restaurant, he like to eat, but he like to be spoiled and the food come to his dish. So we like it to be ready. But this is not about being lazy, but because maybe you are not in love with the mission which you wanna or trying to do. You like to do it, but you're not in love with it. If you are in love with something, then all the effort you do, it doesn't count, you don't even feel it. So I stay here, I speak for 5, 6, 7 hours. People, they go to sleep, they come back, I'm still here. And I'm not, like it's now, at least now we are having good time, no shouting, no screaming. But usually I would be screaming, shouting with people. And, you know, this will be very stressful for somebody else. For me, I am not stressed. I enjoy it because all the work I do, it's a, it's all equal to nothing when somebody says to me, like all the names they appear and they say, like when a person he says to me, "You changed my life." What I can say, how I can describe how I feel, all the work I did, it's all the tiredness, all the hours, all it's gone. So if you love to do change the life of people, then you need to know that there is nothing called lazy. For what is more important for you, changing the life of others or how hard the work? If the work is hard, then you are not in love with the changing the life. If the work doesn't sound hard for you, that means you are in love with the changing the life of others. This is why work, it's not important how much work you do. So it's about priority in life. Like what comes first in life. And you need to know, you need to find out yourself what comes first in your life. Is it maybe to do a mission to save others, or maybe just I saved myself, and now I used to be a Muslim, and now I'm a Christian. That's it. I'm saved, and I don't. Why I want to waste my time with those crazy people? So you need to decide yourself who you want to be and what you want to be. And I advise you not to give up. It is hard, it's not easy. It might need some time, it might need some patience, but one day when you were able to change the life of somebody, you will see how priceless the feeling you will have. Because finally, it's not only somebody change your life, it is you now changing the life of others. And that will be amazing transformation in your life from being someone who receive only to someone who give to others. And that is the best noble thing you can do in your life. So I'm happy for you that you left Islam, but I advise you not to give up, have patience, and think about it as a dream I want to accomplish. So if you can make it a dream to accomplish, the dream will become so happy dream when you accomplish it. But if it's not your dream, then you better not to focus too much in it, because maybe it's not for you to be a person who have a mission to debate and etc.
My passion is mostly within like engineering, green energy, science, and those stuff. But as I told you, like having like opening like learning a new thing is generally probably on my side, or maybe I'm not sure if it's like something I have to work on myself, or I have no idea how to describe this this flaws. Even though I have this huge passion to change, to transform or terraform Earth into a much better and safer place with technology and make everyone happy, including Muslims. I want everybody to enjoy the green energy and to enjoy everything.
When you mean the green energy, like you are talking about a real energy, you are said engineering.
Yeah. So I study aerospace engineering.
Okay.
So and it's important to note that in aerospace you don't only study like aircraft engineering, rather you study everything. So in so energy comes along with this category. But like I still have this type of laziness. I not you said not to call it laziness, but like it's just something that backs me off a little. Like every time I try, and it's catastrophic.
Okay. Are you done?
Yeah.
I lost you. Yeah. You see, I think it's a mistake to think that energy you study is the same as energy in a spiritual way. There's a huge difference, because I can be dying and I have no energy even to move my hands. But I have the spiritual energy to help somebody. So energy, the physical energy or the physics energy, is far away from what we are talking about. It's absolutely far away. Spirit, it's the power of life. And if you are in love of serving others, you do not need to have a physical energy to accomplish it, even though in theory it's impossible, because how you can serve somebody if you yourself cannot even move your hands? No, you can, because simply sometime a person by saying a word to you can be the best helper. Somebody trying to commit suicide, a person, he say a sentence to him, he changes his mind. You just save his life. So the energy we are talking about is far away from the aerospace, is far away from the green energy. All of these, they don't count. The only energy you need is the energy of the spirit, which is the spirit of love. If you love to help, that the only energy you need. Is not physical, is not something you can study. It is something you can feel. It is something you love to do. It's love. This is all is about love. It's not something you touch. It's not something you see. It's not something you can even describe. So don't mix things between the science you study and something spiritual. They are totally different. Spirituality is the opposite. The things you study is solid, is cold, is empty, is a space, is numbers. Spirituality have nothing to do with those things. It's like when you are walking in the street, you see an animal is wounded. You feel sorry for the animal, but it's just an animal, you know? So you try to help. You try to do something. That energy is not the energy of a green energy, or they call it good energy. This is a spiritual love inside you to feel bad for a weak creature who need help. Or let us say something unjust happened to this creature. You feel bad for this creature. There's no science can explain it. There's no green energy or blue energy can tell you why you feel this way, except one thing, that God, when He created you, He created within you the knowledge, the good knowledge of right and wrong, and you feel it, even though you right away automatically come, like it's not, you did not think about it. Or you see somebody torturing an animal, you get so upset, even though he's an animal. Or somebody beating a child, or beating a woman, or anything. So the energy inside us have nothing to do with the physical. It's not a sugar we eat and the blood burning the sugar. It is a spirit we have, and that spirit is what move us to do and act. It is the motive of action. It's not the energy itself as physical energy. I hope I was able to explain myself to you.
Understood. Thank you, Sidney.
Sorry?
Understood. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. All right. We have Andy. Like I believe, like once I was in different country, and the driver, he says to me, he believe in good energy. So I said to him, well, good energy can kill you. He said, like what? I said, is electricity good energy? He said, yes. You know, electricity, we need it in hospital, we need it for lighting, we use it for elevator, we use it for the car. I mean, it's a good energy, but the same good energy can be the very deadly energy. So the idea of good energy is a false idea, because the energy is a blind. It's how you use it. It's not the energy itself is good. You know what I mean? So I can use electricity to kill, but I can use electricity to save. I can use electricity to carry me, to move me, to serve me. So, and the manual of the material I'm using is the one guide me to how to use it. It's not the opposite. So the one who believe in a good energy, who is guiding who? The good energy guiding you? It's an energy. Energy is just a plain physic. It's not something spiritual. Go ahead, Andy.
Hi, CP. We spoke before a long time ago, also in one of those cafe sessions. But of course, you won't remember. But yeah, my name is Andrew, and I'm located in Germany, originally Coptic. And I learn a lot from you, and I really appreciate what you're doing. So sometimes you're upset with people, but I tell you what you do helps a lot, I think. I have, of course, many questions, but I don't want to take too much time for you. But one thing I really struggle with, one of the questions I don't have any answers for, I would say, when it comes to Jesus, coming and the story of salvation, I always ask my question, okay, why wasn't it immediately after the fall? Like, why would it require this exact process? Why wouldn't it be just, the God the Father would say? So this whole process, for me, it seems like God can do anything. So why wouldn't He have done it differently? That's, I think, the question that I don't have any answer for.
All right. Well, if I use your logic, then I should say, why even Jesus need to come? From the time of Adam, God make decision, and there's no more babies, and no more women and childrens, and no more men, and it's over. Or what about why God? He finished Noah with everybody else, and that's it. The earth is over. Or what we can say, well, why Jesus did not come in the time of Moses? So we can say a billion why. But I say to you that God, because He is merciful, and He gave us the free will of a choice to be or not to be. So if we remember the story of Sodom and Gomorrah, if there is only 70 decent people in the town will not be burned. So what God is saying to us, I will not finish my, let us say, I'm not going to give up my hope on you until you give up my command, until you give up on me. You don't want me no more. Then the day will come. So the coming day of Christ is something we decide for. The faster we commit sin and the faster we corrupt this earth, the faster the Christ is going to come back and do the day of judgment. For then everybody, there's nobody left, did not get his opportunity. The earth is totally doomed. So when you ask yourself those questions, which I found invalid, nothing wrong with asking questions, but the question is, the Messiah, the plan is deeper than just why not now, not why not right away. Well, God, He gave the opportunity for every human being to prove or improve himself, either by saying yea or nay. So the one who say yea, he will go with the Lord, and the one who say nay, he will not. And until the whole earth is, let us say, doomed by sin and evil, that day will not happen. This is why the Messiah, he mentioned, when this and this and this and this and this generation, which means the last generation who witnessed those things, then the Son of Man, the Lord, the Messiah, he will come. So this is not about confusing. This is the very wise wisdom of God, which is very clear for me. It is the reason for it. Why, like, is it fair that God will? What about me? I don't have the right to exist. Why? If everything done by the time of the Messiah, well, you and me, we will not exist too, and we will not have the opportunity to be exist at all. But now you have opportunity to live forever, or to be in hell forever. So the Lord, He gave opportunity, and the opportunity will be open until the time will this earth will be nothing but darkness, which means nothing but evil people. I hope I was able to answer you, and it's up to you to accept or not.
Yeah, it's a good advice, CP. Thank you. Maybe if it's possible, I can share with you just one point
Okay.
about a different topic. So related also to all what I learned from you about Islam, and when I try to bring this knowledge to a lot of people, especially here in Europe, people are always of the opinion that it's not the religion, it's just the people, and Islam doesn't say this. So, and they compare it always to Christianity. They say, in Christianity also they say you need to kill. And I mean, I know in the context of Old Testament, and this is something you answer or cover, but there is a big gap in knowledge. And to me, it honestly seems like the majority, 90% of people or more, think that way. So nobody really knows the truth about that demonic cult.
Yeah, I don't blame those people for what they say, because the Christians, they let us say, they surrender to the liberals long time in Europe. So the liberals in Europe, they are the one who control the education, schools, universities, and every school they teach how bad the crusade, how evil the crusade, when in fact the crusade is the one who saved them from being the slaves of the Muslims. So it's our duty as a Christians, instead of complaining about the ignorance of those people, it is to change it and give them the correct and the right information. So let us not to complain about how ignorant people are. Let us do what we need to do and change the ignorance into knowledge. All right?
Yeah, thanks, CP. I actually work on this topic in a let's say semi-professional manner. I cannot say much about it, but I'm doing something actively, also with a lot of what I learned from you. So, yeah, thanks a lot. And I don't want to take more time. I want to give the opportunity for other people to speak.
You're welcome.
Thanks a lot, people, all your help. Thank you.
Okay, go ahead, Nokodamus.
Hello, CP. It's an honor to be on your channel.
Thank you.
Yeah, and yeah, forgive me. I'm going to be one of those that puffs you up. I know it's difficult as Christians to avoid doing that with others and that kind of thing, but it's hard to not do that sometimes. Even say well done, but yeah, I'm going to have to say thank you for all that you do too. God bless you for that. We definitely appreciate it. We love you to death.
Thank you, brother. Do you have any question?
I do. Actually, there's a couple of things I wanted to add to, if I may, what the gentleman just brought up about why Jesus came later. And you express things that so often you express things in a way that I never even think about. Like, for example, the challenge of the Muslims present about the three gods and how can there be a Holy Spirit be a God, and you always bring up the example of well, if you have a body and you have a soul, then what's the problem? I've never thought of it that way. So again, thank you for that. But if I may add to what you said about the response to why Jesus came when he did.
Go ahead.
Thank you. So it's a common conversation in theological circles that at that time it was the middle of the world. There was a lot of commerce and so on, a lot of exchanges in the Middle East. But also there was a universal language, and there was also a government, the Roman Empire, that was influencing a large part of that area. So it made, let's say, perfect sense for Jesus to come then, and not even now when we have all this technology. By coming when he did 2,000 years ago, he also challenges us to live and experience Christ. So that too, I feel, may be part of it. Okay, forgive me for that, but I felt compelled to share that.
It doesn't matter how much wise and smart we are, but the Lord, for sure, his plan, everything he do is for a reason. For us, we can try to show some wisdom, let us say. We try to squeeze our brain to get some answers. But I think the reason for the Lord is way bigger than what we think, me and you and everyone else. So the same as from the beginning. Why God created the man anyway? There is this question. If you can answer it, then you will know why Jesus came. God created Adam in his image. In his image, he created him. So God, when he created Adam, he did not create a bad person. He created a good person. But the bad person is within us, is the greed. So when Jesus came, he come, it doesn't matter if he come this year or he come 2,000 years ago. Still the Messiah is going to come to save the world. So by coming is the delivery of, let us say, the chance, the hope, the way. We did not leave them alone. I did not leave my people alone. I'm going to come and help them and save them. So nothing changed. Those who die before the Messiah and they die in the hope of the Messiah, they will be saved because they believe in him. Those who died and they believe the Messiah, after he come, they will be saved and because they believe in him. And those who will burn tomorrow and they die, believe in the Messiah, is the same. So it doesn't matter what the time is, because all times count nothing compared to the Lord. The Lord have no time. Time is something relative to us. Jesus says, before Abraham I am. So Jesus already, Abraham, he saw his day. He witnessed his day. So it's not that day or this day. Well, here we go. He came to Abraham. Abraham, he saw him. Abraham, he spoke to him. Abraham, he rejoiced for him. So why he did not do the whole mission then in the day in the time of Abraham? Well, if he did, then there's no Jews, there's no Israel, there's no all those everything you see around you, nothing is exists. So my friend, God is wise, and the wisdom of God is beyond our comprehend. Or what we can say that there is a reason for the Lord when he come at that time, and it can be above all the reasons we know about history, about Roman, about Jews, about. But I believe that the Bible give us a chain of prophecies, and when the prophecies fulfill, the Messiah, he came. So it was about when those prophecies they come to be exist, which means there's a plan, there's a stages, there is when this happened and this happened and this happened, and then John the Baptist he announced who is the Messiah. So the prophecies is already there, and when they happened, the Messiah will be there too. And that's why the Messiah he came at that time. Same as when the Messiah will come back, because the prophecies prophesying about when the Messiah will come, and he himself, he prophesying about himself when he is going to come back. So what we learn from this, that there's a journey, it's like a train, and the train have a point of a start and a point of end. And those who they are in the train, some they will make it to the end, which is the safe station where they will be in heaven, and there's others they will be dropped before where they will be dropped in hell. So this is the wisdom of the Lord, and it doesn't matter how much we try to explain his wisdom, we will be short of wisdom to explain the wisdom of God.
Thank you for that, CP.
You're welcome.
So I wanted to, I came on for a couple of reasons. One was to, again, thank you. It was about a couple of years ago that you publicly were presenting a challenge for people to make videos on Islam and so on. You're encouraging people. You would help them out if they did that. I'll make a couple dozen videos and I'll help you out. And at the time, it was like during the lockdown, I believe, or give or take. And I was just like so many countless destitute and so on, and I didn't know what to do with my life. That's a whole other long story. I've got my testimony out there too in different channels, but so that came at an opportune time, and I was working. I found you because I was already working on a documentary. Why does mass media support Islam? It's an hour and a half thing. It's like two documentaries overlapping, so you get overwhelming information. I encourage people to check that out. But regardless, I took your challenge seriously, and we communicated a little bit through chat. And he kept encouraging me. But as I began doing that, I realized I don't really know anything about Islam. So even as an instructional designer, I needed to learn more. And so for a couple of years, I started watching all these apologists channels and all that. I've learned so much, but in the process, just like the other gentleman, I also began to realize that I'm not the kind of person that likes to get online and argue, even though I like to get online and make my case. I'm not that kind of person. So I've been focusing instead on my academic research, which is exposing mass media, Hollywood namely, and how it has misrepresented certain Christian terms and symbols. So I do have another video, Mass Media Net summed up in 2 minutes, 2-minute long video. I definitely encourage everyone to check that out. And I want to thank you for that challenge. I have made some videos on Islam and to such. I've interviewed ex-Muslims who've helped me out, but nothing what I was originally planning. So I guess my point is, CP, how about that promotion that you were talking about 2 years ago? Any chance we could get some kind of plug or some encouragement for people to check out my work and that kind of thing? Keep me going.
Yeah, well, I don't know if you have a link or something you like to post in Discord, feel free. All right.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. One more thing on a personal note. There was something that I wanted to talk to you about, given this opportunity, but I don't want to be like a tourist and also blindside you. So, is there a way that I can contact you personally to ask you about something that's been plaguing me that I wanted to ask you for a while instead of doing it
You
publicly?
can email me in Patreon.
Patreon.
You do not need to donate.
Okay.
You know, it's for free. You can send me a message there.
Okay. All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you again so much.
You're welcome, and thank you for what you are doing.
Thank you.
All right, Everly.
Hi, CP.
How are you?
Fine, how are you?
I'm better than you. Are you better than me?
I think you are better.
No, it's good to think that you are better than me. You should say I'm better than you. Don't be shy, you know. Yeah. You see, always like don't be shy to say yes, I'm better than you, because I believe that if you have the spirit to feel that you are better, and it's not about the greed or about being selfish. I'm feeling like I feel better than you, and you can make it even a switch to be a positive thing. So you can say, I'm better than you because I support you more than you support yourself. So you see, you can switch something supposed to look like you are being selfish into something look like wonderful. So better here, it might appear it is about I am so proud of myself, but in reality, I might be able to switch it to something totally the opposite, to be proud of you. So do you see how language can work?
Yes.
All right.
All right.
I hope I did not give you a headache before you start. Go ahead.
No.
All right.
I don't know. I don't know if it's actually the right question to ask, but I mean, I want to ask you that why, I mean, some men, especially religious men, why they hate women so much,
Why what?
and
Why what?
why some men, especially religious men, hate women so much.
Like who?
Example, there are many men example who are killing women. I mean, they hate women. Example, let's say.
I mean, I don't know. Like who is the religious men who hate women? What I don't know.
I don't actually want to
Okay.
say.
Yeah,
I mean, but
being
I hope you
religious,
understand.
being religious I mean, it's about you understanding what God He gave us, and God He created the women. So if I hate women, that means I hate God who created the women. So this is not an act of a religious person. This is an act of ignorant person. For like, should I hate what God created? I would hate only evil, a person can do, but not the person himself, or because of a gender. There's women, they are wonderful. There's women, they are not. There's men, they are wonderful. So can the religious Christian man say he hate Mary?
No.
No. Why he don't? If she's a woman too. So obviously, if there is a person like that, he is an idiot. He is not religious. He's not even Christian. All right? For he understand wrongly what women is. God himself, he chosen to come to us through a woman. So if we hate women and we don't want women, well, Jesus himself, he come to us through a woman. Her name is Mary. So such a person who do such an act, or he believe in such a thing, he is not a good Christian.
Yes.
All right.
All right. I have another question
All right.
because
I'm going to charge you, by the way. The meter is running. I take pesos.
okay.
I take pesos. 5 pesos a question.
I will just ask one more question.
Okay. See, now she is afraid to ask more questions because she heard the word pesos. She don't want to ask no more. All right. What is the question?
When I always heard that we have to forgive everyone, I mean, all the time, that we have to forgive uh, anyone who do anything to us. Example, if someone do something very evil to a person, so, I mean, do we have to forgive
You see,
even if that person has done so much
forgiveness,
evil thing?
forgiveness, Everly, is not done for the benefit of the person you forgive. It is done for your benefit. So you understand the word forgiveness in the wrong way. And let me explain to you. If somebody is evil, very evil, and if I keep my hatred for this person for what he have done, I'm not going to enjoy my life no more. Because simply this, I cannot take this person from my head. I hate him. So now, because I hate what he have done and I hate the person, when I eat, I'm thinking about this person. When I sleep, I'm thinking about person. I'm thinking when God will revenge for me, when God will do something, when God will punish him. So I cannot really, I lost my life. It's not only now, you've been suffering because of this person, of the evil he did, but now his evil is chasing you in your sleep, in your thought, in your lunch, in your dinner. You cannot live your life no more because you keep thinking about this person. So when you say, I forgive, what God is saying to you, leave it to me. Give it to me. Jesus says, those who they are tired, come to me, and I will comfort you. So the evil is done to you is making you tired. The word forgiveness here doesn't mean that this person will not be punished. No, this is you freeing yourself from the hatred. It's you. It's a freedom for you, not a freedom for him. He's not out of the hook. He will be punished for what he have done. But it is for your benefit, so you will be released from your hatred and you will not live under this hatred for the rest of your life. So you forgive him, that doesn't mean he's going to go to heaven. No, he's not. He will be punished for what he have done. But your forgiveness give you a key to heaven too. Because now, because you forgive, you deserve to be forgiven. Because even us, who we think we are better than others and we did nothing wrong, trust me, we hurt feeling of somebody or hurt somebody. So by forgiving, you are forgiving yourself, not only the person, which means releasing yourself from the hate. You gave yourself forgiveness from the Lord. This is why when God says, they ask him how to pray, our Father art of heaven, so forgive to us the same as we forgive to others. So you are qualified to be forgiven by the Lord by forgiving others for what they trespass against you. However, he or she, they will be punished for their evil. And you, by forgiving, you are free of your hatred, of your pain. Let it go. This way you can enjoy your life. And don't worry, God is all about just. And those who did unjust, they will pay a heavy price for what they have done. All right?
You are right. Thank you so much.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Nicodemus, if you have a link for a video, what about you? Is it in your page in YouTube? People, they can click at your name and they can go there. Or maybe you can give the link for the admin, they can post it. Let us see. We have, I think, guys, maybe we should finish for today. It's getting very late for me and I will not be enough. Soon the sun will come and I will have difficulty to sleep. So is it okay, guys, if I finish for today? I see some hands are up. Do you allow me to go? All right. Because it's getting so late and I can tell we have way more people they want to join and join. You know, I promise you we will do more of this if this is what, leave your comment in YouTube. Tell me if you guys enjoy this kind of topic, to have open forum, people ask questions. And I say to you, consider me as your foolish brother, not the wise one, you know? Because remember, our wisdom is out of nowhere compared to the wisdom of the Lord. Always get your consulting from the Lord Himself. For the best advisor, the best wise, the best wisdom is the Lord Himself. The wisdom of a man is a foolish wisdom at the end of the day. So when we try to help each other, is not because I'm smarter than you and you are not smart, but because we have open heart, and we hope that the Lord will use our tongues to speak to each other, to help each other, and to guide us with the wisdom. It's not our wisdom. Our wisdom alone is useless, is foolishness. And a man who think, or a woman who think, that they are wise, obviously they are being fooled. For if we are wise, why we are here? If we're wise, why we are sinners? Why we ask for forgiveness? A person who is wise never commits sin. And if you ask me, do you commit sin? Did you commit sin? I would say, yes, I did. So the wise man is not exist. Unless he take his wisdom from the Lord. So always remember to read your Bible, to try to reach, to have a connection, a spiritual connection with your Maker, with your Messiah, the one who came for you. He know, because he understand you. He can read you. He know about you what you do not know about yourself. So when we try to help each other, I can give you answer based on what I just heard, few words you gave me, but you as a person is a jungle inside. There's a jungle inside you. A lot of images, a lot of stories, a lot of experience, a lot of things you went through. Each one of us, he have different story. Each one of us coming from different country. So you will hear in the voice of people what kind of life they have. I can feel the energy of the voices. You might say this is hard to believe, but voices can give us a lot of information about the person. So it can tell you if he is shaky inside, if he is confident, if he is afraid, if he is worried, if he is happy, if he is sad, if he is young, if he is old, if he is. Your voice is you. And our voice can change if we make our voice the voice of the Lord. So don't depend on just others. I advise you always to read the Bible, and I advise you to do something very, I believe it's very unique, very, very nice. When you feel you need read, don't read the Bible just because you have to. When you feel you love to read it, just hold the Bible in your hand and open it without thinking about which chapter is going to open for you. Just open random pages, and I assure you, in that page, there's a message from the Lord made for you specifically in that moment at that day. So do that anytime you feel like you are in need, you need help. Grab the Bible and close your eyes and open it. It doesn't matter what page, and see what that chapter will say to you. Every word of the Lord is a message of wisdom, a message that speaks for us personally. It's not the same as the stupid Quran, somebody trying to make a rap song. It is something personal, it's something spiritual, it is very, very unique. And you will find your story, you will find your pain, you will find your worry, you will find your question and your answers in the page you open. Try it and let me know what will happen to you. I do that from time to time, and I never get disappointed. And sometimes I really am amazed about how the topic fit exactly with what I'm looking for. Try it and let me know. So I want to say thank you all for being here. May the Lord bless you. And as always, God is good. And I hope that this image, random image in the YouTube, the scenery did not annoy you, but better than putting something else. So I hope that was okay. So God is good. So is Jesus. I mean to that. And thank you for being here. Leave your comment and share and be part of the community and the family. And God bless those who bless themselves with the wisdom of the Lord. See ya.